numbskulls. This is 40s Man letting you know that Bowling Games podcast of Ramblin' Randomness can be found on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and wherever else you get your podcasts from.
Better.
Yeah, word. Okay. All right, let's try this take two. Huh?
All right. Why don't you bring your letters over to show Marshall on the Zoom? Bring over
Yeah,
your letters
show
and tell him
me.
what they are. Come on.
Once again, this
Bring
is
your
man
letters
Mike Colvin and his daughter Bryce, and we're taking two on this one. We had a little bit of fuck up, but we're back on track here. So again,
All right.
I couldn't hear anything you said before, so let's go back. How have you guys been doing? I know you said Mahoney's was opening back up for outside dining.
Yeah, we're opening for outside dining today. Takeout today, and then outside dining Tuesday as per Cuomo's guidelines.
Right.
And then, we still have to go through phase 3 and 4. But the biggest problem with me being a DJ / karaoke host is that by definition, I need crowds of 50 or more.
Right.
So I have to wait until that before I'm working again. But, we're getting through. I'm taking advantage of the time to spend more time with this little nugget here. And she's my official yard work assistant. What are we going to do today after the Zoom call, Bryce?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. What are we going to do? What did Daddy get delivered today? Huh? Mulch. Yeah, we got 3 yards of mulch delivered today. That's the big project. And my in-laws have a lake house, so my wife, who is also an entertainer, she's a musician, sings with Lucky House.
Right.
So she hasn't had any gigs March 14th either. So she's going to take Bryce up to the lake near Turning Stone.
Okay.
And that's going to allow me to do what I have to do around here without anybody, in the way.
Right. I got you. Nice. Well, so what are your besides doing yard work and then being a daddy and a supervisor to a toddler? What are you doing for fun these days, bro?
I've just been binging everything I never thought I would get to see. I have completed Schitt's Creek, which I strongly recommend. I even got my wife into it. Peaky Blinders. I'm barreling through Succession right now. I did the entire 10 seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, wow.
Which is also tremendous. Tiger King, because you kind of have to. I'm not, wasn't really a fan, but I was like, let me see what all the hubbub is about.
Right.
So we did that. And getting caught up on reading, listening to music. We're in my man cave right now, and I've still got a vinyl collection that exceeds 500 LPs. So I grab my late father's digital wireless headphones every night and throw an album or two on and do my thing. So, getting through it, just waiting for the world to reboot is really what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Viewing the nonsense from the safety of my phone and computer.
I hear you on that one.
You remember from my days on the air with Coop, you can see the PDH logo in the background.
Oh yeah. I still got my banner.
What's funny about that, Marshall, is that was never implemented during our time on the air.
Really?
We were cleaning out the garage, basically, which was code for let's throw out all of the stuff from when Coop and Mikey were here. Anthony Verano, who's still there, found it and texted me, said, "Hey, I found this vinyl sign promoting your show that they're going to make me throw out. You want to come by and get it?" And I did, and so it hangs in the cave prominently now to remind me of what I used to do.
Right? I hear you, man. I got tons of that stuff.
People would always say nobody ever went broke underestimating the American public, which I believe was originally attributed to P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
And you see the same idiotic Facebook post in my head. It's like, whether they're claiming that the coronavirus is something that the Democratic left wing made up, which I'm a member of that fun tribe. My response to them is, well, here's the thing. The guy in Kenya who gets shot, walks out his front door, is not concerned whether or not our president gets reelected in November.
Right.
It would be one thing if it was only in the U.S. because these people can't see beyond that.
Right.
But it's a worldwide phenomenon. It's a worldwide problem.
Right.
And unfortunately, the people that believe such things are never going to see that part of it. They just feel that everything is a conspiracy.
Right.
I think the saddest, and I mean saddest thing that I've seen, I don't think I saw any evidence till yesterday or the day before. There's a group out there that is convinced that the George Floyd video features crisis actors and was staged and that he's alive and well. Like that, there's actually people that think that that's the case, and that this was
Wow.
staged by Soros to get the country to go to war on itself. Not that we needed any help. That's
Right,
happening
right.
anyway. But people are so unwilling to see the truth that even when you present them with full safe evidence, they can't do it. They cannot do it. So, my faith in humanity has been severely tested during the past 3 months, and it gets worse every day. And I don't need to go into detail about, what uncharismatic leader is leading the charge, but it's a problem. But I don't contribute to the national discussion. I just get frustrated and shake my head and see what the latest thing that my daughter's doing.
Yeah.
By the way.
So how is Bryce handling all this?
We told her that it's a bad cold, right? What's going on? Is it the bad cold, Bryce? Yeah, she says that, she knows that the bad cold, and she'll say, what, Daddy, when the bad cold is over, can I go to the zoo? Or Daddy, when the bad cold is over, I have play. So she understands that part of it.
Right.
She'll be joining me. We're going to actually do takeout from Mahoney's later, and they love her down there, as does she them. So I told her, Mommy, you'll put your ninja mask on, and
Oh yeah.
we'll go down there to pick up the food so you can see all your friends. But considering that she's just a little over 3, which is like 3 1/4, she's been handling it well. Obviously, the Zoom classroom doesn't compete with the real thing.
Right.
And at her age, the biggest thing that she was getting out of school, outside of toilet training, which she is perfectly potty training. This kid is actually going to bed in underwear, and we couldn't be happier.
Wow.
But the biggest thing she was getting out of that was the socialization, which you cannot duplicate
Right.
with a couple of screens,
Yeah, that doesn't.
But she's smart as a whip. She's my wife had a really cool idea because we homeschool electronically, as they say.
Right.
So she was like, why don't you see if you can get a hold of Schoolhouse Rock, which we did.
Oh.
Bryce, come here, I got something to do with you. So I've got the entire series of Schoolhouse Rock, which originally started when I was a kid.
Yeah.
In the early 70s, and they rebooted it in the 80s and 90s.
Yep. I remember when they
ready for
rebooted
this?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you ready for this?
Yeah.
Again, she turned 3 in March. You ready?
Yeah.
Bryce, what's 11 times 8?
88.
What's 12 times 8?
96.
So that's the result of Schoolhouse Rock. Thank you.
Thank you. That is great. That is awesome.
Right. Yeah,
Wait till she learns about a bill.
She knows about the bill. I'm just the bill, right? Where does the bill live? Do you know where the bill lives?
At the house.
Up on Capitol Hill. He goes to the house to get passed.
That's right.
So yeah, she's picking up on that. My devious plot to only expose her to songs that were popular before I was born continues. One of her favorite things to do is watch really scratchy transfers.
Oh shit.
They do.
Oh.
So yeah, she's getting through it. She almost immediately, when the world ended, was she became my sous chef. Because I do most of the cooking around here. Because my wife has been up to her ears creating what we call COVID bears.
Yeah, I seen that.
She's a crocheter. Yes, she's a crocheter, and she's made, I think, 30 to this point. And those are in high demand to the point where she's not even posting her completions anymore, because every time she posts that she finished one, she gets that many more orders, and she just needs a break.
Right.
So Heather spends morning, noon, and night working on that, and Bryce and I do the cooking, and
Awesome.
That's a lot of fun. Like I said, she's my ever-present assistant in whatever I have to do until bedtime, and it works out great.
That is awesome, man. I'm glad to see you guys are actually, making the most of your time together these days, because
you kind of have to. I mean, believe me, I love what I do for a living. I can't wait to get back to work. But, there's worse people to be locked up with for 3 months than my wife and daughter. So
That's
for that,
very
I'm
true.
blessed. Like if I was in an apartment, with no ability to go outside and do things like, move 3 yards of mulch around like I'm doing after this call or that kind of thing, I probably would have gone out of my mind long ago. But she keeps me on my toes. There's plenty enough to do around the house that I haven't run out of projects yet.
Well, good. I hope you don't run out of projects, and I hope you guys, stay busy. Because honestly, we really don't know how long this is gonna keep going for.
No, and the biggest fear that I have, and I started out as a joke, but obviously the protests for the George Floyd killing are necessary and warranted. I mean, there's obviously some bad eggs in there, and the conspiracies are flying as to who's
Right.
responsible for what. But the biggest problem that I've seen with it from the beginning is what is this going to do in regards to coronavirus spikes in the communities that these have happened in.
Right.
Now, living in Poughkeepsie, I was very happy to see that most of the people that were marching a few days back did have masks on.
Right.
Hopefully that does good. It should, because the last thing I want is for a rollback on the slow opening that we're experiencing. Because it's summertime.
Right.
We need to be, even if you can't do everything that you did before, like concerts aren't going to be a
No.
reality probably for next year, organized sports, etc.
Right.
I need to be able to take my family to a restaurant. I need to be able to take my daughter to a zoo.
Right.
And then that sort one of the biggest things that we did as a father-daughter is just taking her to the grocery store. She loves sitting in the cart and helping me pick out things, and I can't do it because it's like, it's just frowned on.
Right.
And I don't want to expose, even with the mask, I just don't want to expose her to what you know what happens in grocery
Yeah.
stores.
Yeah. I mean, you touch anything.
I find that I miss that almost as much as anything else out there, because like she's at that age where everything that she does is full of wonder and excitement.
Right.
And something as mundane as just going out to buy toilet paper and meat products has been sorely missed by this kid for a couple of months.
Oh, poor kid. Oh, geez. All right, Mikey. Well, I'm not going to take up any more time, man. I really, I do appreciate you doing this and putting up with this internet crap.
I hope I wasn't too boring of a guest. I know that my 40s man character is more exciting, and
Oh, well, you know
there
what?
is some news there. 40s man got involved with. What's that?
No. Keep going about 40s, man. Keep going. I was going to ask you about 40s.
When did you join the morning show? What year? Do you remember?
Early 2000.
Okay, so that was 2 years after the big 1998 season that the Yankees had. You're familiar with the Yankees?
Yes. Oh, yes. Most definitely.
So what we did was we wrote it. Coop and I wrote it over the phone for the most part. About that team. And at the time, we wrote it featuring the players that were on the squad. Of course, Jeter being a big part of that.
Right.
Homer Bush, who nobody remembers, but he was like an integral part of the song, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Vito Petrosito, a local musician who I believe is going to be featured in a week or two on that HBO show, I Know This Much Is True.
Really? Okay.
He was the artist he was the artist that put it to music and sang it for us. And once the 98 season was finished and, the Yankees won their 125 games and swept the series, etc., it was too good of just let lie with that one season. So I think that we updated it for enough juice to that. So what he came up with the idea of having it become a timeless thing.
Okay.
So you go back through the decades from like Babe Ruth's time through today, which at the time was still, the year 2000.
Yeah.
So he's never given up on it. And the latest incarnation, I think, even has references to Aaron Judge. But he put it together with a big band.
No shit.
And cut a video, and anything that refers to Yankees that were part of the team before 1960, let's say. So you got
Right.
Yogi Berra, Phil Rizzuto, Gehrig, Ruth, etc., Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio. Anything that is highlighted in that part of the song, the video that he put together will cut to 40s man, i.e. me, sitting in this man cave with the Yankees backdrop, clean shaven, with a fedora and suspender, pretending that I'm singing along. Flash,
Oh,
so
shit.
I know that we put it together, and I believe that the Yes Network has shown interest in using it. The Baseball Hall of Fame, which unfortunately can't even have an induction ceremony this year because of
Right.
COVID, and some other organizations. So once that is a reality and releasable to the public,
Yeah.
you'll be getting your own copy to
Yes.
do with what you will.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's 40's man's big news.
Oh, that's so awesome. I can't wait. I really can't. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, very excited about that. It's a really cool project. And that's the kind of stuff I've been doing, outside of binging TV and
Right.
mowing the lawn. I'm the family archivist.
Okay.
So years ago, when my grandfather was dying, I took his home movies, which he had hours and hours and hours of dating back to the 50s,
Right.
got those digitally transferred through Grace Note Films, run by a good friend of mine, Todd Guckelberger. And they're just like compilations of random home movies in no particular order. Well, anyway, every now and again, I'll put themes to them. Like I did a Christmas montage that
Right.
runs like an hour a few years back. And I lost my dad a year ago, August. So this will be the first Father's Day that I'm spending without him. So I went meticulously through all these home videos and took out every clip from when he was a teenager through the end of the home video era, or the
Right.
home movie era in the early 80s. So on Father's Day, I'm going to be putting up a tribute to him with a bunch of his favorite songs. And it's just him being a dork,
Right.
but that's my dad.
You're right, right.
You know,
Oh,
that's another one of those things that I wouldn't have had time to do if
If it
I was
wasn't.
living my normal life. So there is some positive to it,
yeah, well,
But all I can say is that I hope that the next time I talk to you, it's because I'm squeezing it in between gigs because I really want to
Yes.
get back to gigs, and I'm sure
Yes.
you do too.
yes.
And I wish you and Zane the best, and I'll rejoin you as soon as it makes sense to.
Yes, sir. No, we're anxiously waiting the return of 40s, man. And anytime you just want to get on talk, like I said, let's just talk. I'm cool, to have you on, man. And thank you again for.
All right, you got it.
All right,
No
brother.
problem, Mole.
Thanks, Mikey. Love you, brother.
I'm Mikey, and I got to scram.
Yeah.
Hey, you whippoorwills, go to the YouTube channel and like and share and subscribe. Website www.digitalzoneinc.com. On social media, DZ and Mullen Zane's podcast of Rambling Randomness. On Twitter, Digital Zone Inc. And I'll be on once a month. I'm 40's Man Kid, and I got to scram.